Hi everyone, this is Dr. K.S. Monasatya, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of IT and CT, VET Institute of Arts and Science Education College. In today we are going to see about animation. In animation we are going to see about only two topics. What are all the types of animation and the 12 principles of animation. Before going to animation, let us see what is meant by multimedia. Multimedia means, multi means many, media means it is a combination of some components. That components includes either text, art, sound, animation or video. These are all delivered to the user either by computer or other any electronic devices. So multimedia is nothing but a combination of text, art, sound, video, audio, animations, etc. If you are displaying a text alone, user won't be interested to see that. If you are adding any sound effect, if you are giving any animations to the text, if you are giving any video motions, means user will be very interested to see that text for a long time. Next one, here comes the animation. What do you mean by animation? First, the meaning of animate is, it is giving some life to. Some life to means it may be object, it may be any other person, any other animals. We are giving just life to anything. So animation means it is a process of creating a illusion of motions by displaying a series of individual frames. Each frame we will create some objects. After that we will display that objects in a display that frames in a series, and then we will create some animations. So animation is nothing but a process of creating an illusion of motions by displaying a series of individual frames. And the three key concepts of animations are, first one is frame, second one is frame rate, and the third one is persistence of vision. First one, frame. Frame means we will draw the image individually in a sheet or in a shell. We will call that as frames. Frame rate means how many number of frames we are displaying per second. We will call it as frame rate. Third one, persistence of vision, is nothing but in this multiple images will be grouped into a single moving image. In our perception, that is in our imagination, we will group that multiple images into a single moving image. That phenomenon we will call it as persistence of vision. Next comes the types of animation. In this, 5 types of animations are there. First one is traditional animation, second one 2D vector based animation, third one 3D computer animation, fourth one motion graphics, and then fifth one is stop motion. First one, traditional animation. We can call this traditional animation as hand drawn animation or cell animation, and this is the animation which is widely used in the 20th century, mainly in animated films. Animated films were taken. Second one is, this traditional animation is a lengthy process. Why we are calling this as lengthy process means, in this whatever the picture we want to draw will be drawn in hand or in sheet, and then after drawing that, each shell will be photographed into a separate frame of film, so that when the film reel was displayed, the animation will be moved. In this, if you are drawing one image in one cell, means in this, the picture drawn in each shell should be slightly different from the one before it had been drawn. Best example is shown in this figure. In this figure, it contains 15 images, facial images of a single person. First image is drawn in separate cell, second image is drawn in another separate cell. After drawing entire 15 images, it is grouped into a single frame. And if you are seeing first image, the person is just bowing her head. Second in image, she is showing his facial impression as he is somewhat angry. Third one, he is fearing about something. Fourth one, he is smiling. So grouping of images into a single frame, and it will show that there is an animation of movement is in this face. Next comes the 2D vector based image animation. In this, it is mainly focused on creating characters, storyboards, backgrounds in 2D environments. In this, the images can be animated by moving up or down, left or right only. Other positions we can't do any animations. These 2D animated videos are created by using only computer softwares like Adobe After Effects, Flash, Encore, etc. These type of 2D vector based animations are used widely in TV TV commercials, advertisements, films, promos, or any other websites. So 2D vector based in animation, there are 4 operations only done. First one is contact. We can move down, we can move up, or we can go left or right. Third one is 3D computer animation. So in 3D computer animation, animating the objects only in 3-dimensional space. In this, they can be rotated or moved as if a real object is rotating or real object is moving. But in 2D animation, the objects can be moved left or right or up or down. In 3D animation is considered to be the heart of any games and in virtual reality. So in 3D animation, the 3D object is carried out only within the 3D softwares to export picture sequences, giving them an illusion of animation or some other movements. For example, it is a normal image. After giving some 3D effect, the image looks like as it is a small little girl is looking pretty. Third one is motion graphic. Motion graphic means it actually combines audio with the objects and it likes to closely appear as a film. So in this picture, 3 objects are there. Tree, a female is riding a cycle, and then third one is cycle. In this we have added some motion graphics, so it looks like as it is a girl is riding a cycle. Stop motion. Stop motion means uses objects that will be moved with small increments between the objects. For best example is, we are creating one object. After that, we are giving some improvement. Slight increments are there, and from a small circle shape, we have defined that image into a man is standing or some images standing in positions. When all the frames we are combined to play in sequence, it shows some movements. First one circle, second one some images having hands and then small eyebrows, then etc up to images standing position. Principles of animation. There are 12 principles of animation. First one is squash and stretch. Second one anticipation. Third one staging. Fourth one straight ahead action and pose to pose. Fourth one follow through and overlapping action. Fifth one slow in and slow out. Sixth one arc. Seventh one is secondary action. 8th timing. 9th exaggeration. 10th solid drawing, and then last one is appeal. Next one is principles of animation. There are 12 principles of animation. Squash and stretch, anticipation, staging, straight ahead action and pose to pose, follow through and overlapping action, slow in and slow out, arc, secondary action, timing, exaggeration, solid drawing, and then appeal. In that, first one is squash and then stretch. Squash and then stretch, the best example is bouncing a ball. If you are bouncing a ball, the ball will hit the ground surface. While the ball hit the ground surface, it will compress for a moment, and then again it will go to its original position. That compressing, that is change of shape, we will call it as squash. Again it will retain to its original position, that is called as stretch. So squash and then stretch, in the sense it is a technique that is applied to an animated or in motion characters to give them a more movement. Bouncing a ball, hitting the ground, the shape of the ball will stretch, will squash for a moment. After that, it will again retain to its original position. Okay. This is the example of bouncing a ball. Whenever a ball, if you are throwing a ball to the ground, if it hits the ground, the shape of the ball will change for a while, and again it will come to its original position. This is the best example for squash and then stretching. So the same example, if you are throwing an object, when it hits the ground, the shape will go to somewhat a small, and then again it will come to its original position. Next one is anticipation. Anticipation is nothing but making the audience to wait for what will happen next. For instance, if you are jumping means they will often squat momentarily. They will go for some position, after that only they will jump. So the squatting motion is best example for anticipation in animation, as it signals to the audience that a jump is going to happen. There are three parts in anticipation. First one is preparation, second one action, third one is termination. So preparing to make something happen, next one action will take place. After that action, what will be the result? That is the termination point. Last one is staging. Staging in animation normally refers to we will arrange all the characters, all the properties, backgrounds and then perspectives in the stage. Next one, staging animation requires compulsorily the knowledge of composition, lighting effect, where we want to fit the light, where we want to give the lighting effect to the characters, the character movements and then camera work. Best example is The Lion King. In this Lion King, when we are seeing first one the lion, that monkey and then that other objects will appear first, and after that when we zoom out, entire elements in that scene will be displayed. This is called anticipation. What will happen will be known to the audience or the users. Next one, straight ahead action and pose to pose. Straight ahead animation, in this we will animate a frame sequence order, only from starting till ending. What are all the frames we have to keep? We have to draw from start to finish. But in pose to pose animation, we can just draw the beginning and end of the each main pose, and then if we want, we can draw the in-betweens. In straight ahead, from starting till the end, what are all the in-betweens we want to draw in straight ahead. But in pose to pose, we want to draw starting and then ending. If we want, we can draw the in-betweens. This is the difference between straight ahead and then pose to pose. Pose to pose. Straight ahead in the sense, starting, intermediate positions also we have to draw, and then ending. But in pose to pose, starting position and then ending position is alone needed. Next one is follow through and then overlapping action. In follow through action, it is the main concept of this follow through action means whenever the body has stopped animation, even some parts of the body will continue to move. For example, if I am standing straight means even my eyes will go here and there, it will watch, I will breathe. So some parts of the body continues to move. This is called follow through action. Overlapping action in the sense the body and its other parts will come to stopped position, yet our hair, our dresses will move here and there, and it will overlap with our body actions. This is called overlapping action. Next one is slow in and then slow out. So most of the action will start slowly. After that, it will gradually speed up, and at last it will again go to a slow motion. The best example is while we are driving a car, we will first start the car, and for a while we will go slowly, and after that we will speed up the car, and once the destination we have reached means again we will slow down the car and we will stop the car. This is the concept of slow in and then slow out. If we are going in a very speed means we can't able to realize what the thing is happening and what is the movement that is going to happen. So for that purpose only this principle have been added to our animation. So without this, movement will appear to be unnatural and it will be like a mechanical event. So it is achieved by drawing more poses near the beginning and then end of an action, and then we will add some fewer in the middle. So starting position, while if you are going to sit, we will go and sit slowly. After that we will go to a relaxation position, and after that if we want to get up means we will slowly get down from the place. Next one is arc. Arc, it is the movement of an object that gives the animation more character. Instead of displaying the characters in a straight line, if you are displaying the arcs in a curved manner, means it will give some realistic image. For example, in this we are displaying a 3 persons in an arc way. If you are displaying one by one, means it will look like as it is we are 3 persons are standing near by them. If you are giving this type of imaginations, means the arcs, first one image is fully displayed, next to her 2 persons are seeing from behind. So we are displaying the image in an arc position. Next one is secondary action. There are 2 actions, primary actions in the sense main action that we have done in our objects. Secondary action includes we are giving some additional support or additional animations to the main action. For example, eating a burger. Eating a burger, just we are going to eat a burger. So if after eating a burger, our facial expressions will differ. If it is very yummy, means our eyes will go, oh super. If it is not nice, means it will, our facial reaction will goes down. So we are adding some extra actions to the main action to make that main action a superb one. Next one is timing. Timing is important principle in animation. It will affect by how it, timing is mainly affected by how many frames we have placed between each action. If you are placing more number of frames between each action, means it will make more time, but it will give the action in a smoother way. Step by step we can view that action, what has happened there. But if you are giving only less frames, means less frame in between objects, means it will be fewer drawings will make the action faster and then crisper. That is, in this first one, this is the starting and the last one is ending. In between lots of keyframes are there. So we can identify from this to this, this to this, the ball is going. But another second one, this is the starting and then this is the ending. But the keyframes between us only one, so it look like okay, this ball is moving from here and then it has ended till here. So it will be displayed like this. It will be, action will be faster and it will be a crisper one. Exaggeration. Exaggeration is nothing but we will create a dramatic effect and enhance the storytelling. For best example is, if you want to pull a car, just pulling a car is nothing but we will exaggerate this and we will tell that he is pulling a car with full effort. So this is called exaggeration. This is mainly applied in actions, expressions, and even it will make the poses to make them more impactful. It shows that he is just pulling a car with his hand. But this one, after exaggeration, it shows that the person is pulling the car with his putting all his effort. So just we are enhancing the storytelling. Solid drawing. Next one comes the solid drawing. It is an essential technique in animation industry. Instead of drawing a character with the help of circles, squares and rectangles, we can use basic solid shapes like spheres, cubes and then cylinders to construct the characters. So solid drawing, it involves giving the character weight and then volume by drawing them in a proper shape. For example, in this image we have used cylindrical, cubes and then spheres to display a person. Last one is appeal. Appeal doesn't refers only to physical attractiveness. It also enhances the character's interesting one and then it will make the characters to look like charming one. So appeal, in simple words, it doesn't necessarily mean nice to look at all, but also the character being more engaging. So instead of just drawing a character, we want to give some extra additional things to make the person to more attractive. Thank you.